Welcome to Talladega Super Speedway here today. It's the second to last race of the season for the Premier Sim Racers Club. It is a 75 lap race here. Stage randomly set during driver's meeting, so I'm going to have absolutely zero clue when it's going to happen. Let's find that out at the same time. But I'll go ahead and pull up the starting order here now. One of my least favorite tracks is this track. I will go over and do the starting order now. So first is Todd Cray, second, Adam Matz, third, Garrett Johnson, fourth, William Kemp, fifth, Gary May. I have Nitro Racing up there because for some reason it keeps deleting logos, and I don't know why. Sixth, Brandon Mefford, seventh, Levi Poland, eighth, Jerry Cochran, ninth, Jason Mullis, 10th, Joshua Greenlaw, 11th, Dwayne Hunt, 12th, Patrick Gassolner, 13th, Ronnie Sutton, 14th, Matt Jenkins, 15th, Ray Polking, 16th, Jeff Yanesh, 17th, Chuck Sweetie, and 18th, Doug Wysocki. 19, and actually has all the drivers in today's race. I thought there would be a little bit more. Let me open up my trading paints here really quickly and wait for everybody to grid, and I'll get all paint refresh. It's a very, very quiet track, I do notice that. I need to look at, actually, let me look up something very quickly. What date is that? Sorry, having to type something in the Discord there, but see, 75 laps here. Fuel, I believe, is close to. They're going to have a lot of fuel. They tend to give them a little bit more fuel than most leagues at this track. They are at, well, they have 3 sets of tires. That's what I know of. I believe their fuel doesn't say it on this. Let me look that in the session. It is 100% fuel, so probably 35. But again, they have a caution at some random time. They do during the driver's meeting, so I don't completely know when that is. It could be extremely early on. It could be extremely late. I have no clue when it will fly in the air. We will just have to find that out ourselves. Now, I don't really think where you qualified at this track matters too much. The reason I say that is because it's a super speedway. You're going to move up and down the whole time. Again, this is the third, I put second, third to last race of the season for these guys. And they go to Rockingham and then Chicagoland for their championship. A little bit of a smaller season than most leagues that I have saw before, but pace truck will pull off here. Todd Cray, Adam Matz will lead them to green. See, it's going to take them forever to get back to the start-finish line. That's because it is not in the typical spot here at Dega. It is way down the track. So I have to pretty much coast the whole entire way. I wish they moved it towards the middle, but green flag is in the air. We are underway here. See Adam Matz, he will hop up in that top line, and he will get a good push from behind from Kemp. I believe Kemp is based off of another car that drove in the Xfinity Series. I can't remember who it is. I think it's one of the lower funded teams, I believe. I think one of the lower funded teams. Like that paint scheme a little bit, though. It looks pretty good. We'll see. These guys will be 2x2, either in a line, basically the whole entire run. Tucked behind one of the two. Cray and Matt will just go at it. You won't see anybody make a big move at all. If they do make a big move, then they'll probably get hung out to dry. I don't think that they'll be making too big of moves at all. See them kind of sprawled out down the backstretch. The 5 of Gary May, he's down on the apron. I think he might have gotten shucked out there, possibly. That is a possibility. You see that top line basically just deforms really quickly. I mean, super, super quickly. Yeah, all the way down to the bottom. But looks like Cray is going to try to go up on the top a little bit. He's going to bring the 91 with him. That 91 goes with him. That top line, as it got deformed, actually surprisingly picked back up on there. Didn't think they would kind of form up like they did after they fell apart, but Cray's actually going to go to the lead. See Matt's on the bottom. We have the 2 who's wiggling around. That's Greenlaw from that John Deere tractor paint scheme. Cray's going to go up. He's got Poland shoving him. Go on board here a little bit for, let's go with the 81 shoving for a lap here, see what it looks like from the car. That's the 3rd car in line. We'll go cockpit view, actually. Yeah, actually gets shucked out of line there. So he might have gotten a little bit antsy, or somebody might have tapped him in the rear end. You can see the 9 is still going to lead. Cray's still going to lead also. Biggest mover right now is Wysocki, who's actually back there in 9th currently. These 2 are going to start to move around. Great, these 2. I don't really expect much to be fought of those 2. It's a possibility. It's 2x2. That's all we'll see for most of this racing. Pretty much the whole entire way through on this. Just notice we got 3 wide now. It looks like that is Dishonor who's going to shoot the middle. Poland goes up high a little bit. He will go back pretty much 3 rows, 4 rows possibly from that, it seems. He'll tuck back in line behind Sweeting. Cray will go to the lead here. Matt's a little bit. But Sonner will lead that front row now. Pretty much everybody's fallen in that bottom line now. Yanesh, he's the last car in line. This is kind of a hard position when you're the last car in line and you have nobody behind you. You're basically foot to the floor. You're hoping that maybe a checkup happens so you can catch back up to him. That's the hard thing to deal with. See Cray, as it's Dishonor throwing a little bit of a block there. You see Jenkins might be trying to get around him. Possibility. Dishonor, he's going to fall back a little bit now. Jenkins not getting up on his bumper quite enough, as the top line only has 5 drivers in it. See the 91 of Poland. Poland's trying to go up there on his own. He's going to get Greenlaw to come with him too. Greenlaw surprisingly going to duck at a line. He needs to find a way. I don't know if I'd be doing this if I was Greenlaw. This is kind of a weird position that he's in currently. He's like, do I stay out of line? Do I just try to stay behind? Well, I stay behind the 91 now. He's got no other choices. Cray and Match are just flip-flopping positions back and forth pretty much. So it's kind of just between those two at the moment. This will be shoving most of the time. I don't know when the caution is. I have no idea. So whenever a caution comes out, whenever a caution comes out and there's no wreck, evidently that's the end of the stage. They roll that in the driver's meeting. I do not know it. I'm not in the driver's meeting, so I find out exactly when you all do on that one at the same time. He's going to continue to be Cray and Matts that are up here side by side up with each other. We have Jenkins shoots the middle. Oh, he almost just hooked Dishonor. Dishonor is very, very lucky he did not just go around there. I don't know if he moved up off the bottom or if this Jenkins just got up under him, but he was almost turned around at that time. He was so close to going around. So it happens so many times. Drivers, they try to follow each other basically right behind each other's bumper, and it's not always the best idea. You're chasing that bumper. It can come back and bite you. That's for sure. It can come back and really, really get you. This top line's still not really formed up at all. Any of these drivers at the moment. Matt's just continuing to run up high. The Kemp behind him getting a little bit of a shove from Dishonor. Dishonor kind of, I wouldn't say really looking around, but he's not really looking around. I think he's just getting a little bit loose behind him. Real life news, Elliott won the race today. Larson probably should have won if I knew his team did not put on that tire on that pit stop. I knew it the whole entire time since he had left because they were still looking at it. So Larson finished like 20th. Elliott actually won the race, broke his losing streak. Jenkins is going to try to go on the outside by himself. He's not going to get anybody to go with him, so he's going to have to fall in line behind Greenlaw here. Greenlaw is moving up and down also. You'll see this guy's kind of snaking down the backstretch. And that's the only thing I'd be worried about is all this snaking it doesn't end up too well most of the time. I say that because they're just trying to follow each other so much, and it tends to come back and get them. Long run. See Jenkins, he's falling way back. They're getting a little bit loose, and Jenkins is actually in the wall. What is he wearing for? I'm trying to see what his driver's suit is. He's got some pink suit in that car. I have no idea what that is, but it looks kind of weird. As I would have not done that if I was, who was it, 15? It's Johnson. Johnson tucked out. He needs to get in line behind somebody. He is not going to go up to the front on his own. He needs to get help. One thing about these tracks, it's just so hard to pass, kind of. Continue to just run side by side. So we have had some moves throughout the pack a little bit, guys. I've tried to make a couple of moves, and it's not gone horrible for him, but not gone amazing for him either at the same time. Oh, I'll wait to do that. There's still the Cray and Matt show up front. I don't think we'll see any hard shoves. I mean, you can shove a little bit here, but we're not going to see, you know, guys glued to the rear bumper of somebody this early on. It's just not worth it. Maybe a little bit later, possibly. Maybe a little bit later. You kind of have to just weigh the risk and reward. Do I shove somebody? And also got to remember, these cars will get hot if you don't cool them down. They can blow up. They have blown up before. They all blow up a little bit differently. You evidently don't want them to blow up at all. If you could deal, or if you could stop that. He keeps seeing Greenlaw step out every now and then. That car's not completely up under him yet. I don't know if that's just him getting loose or he's just chasing up the track, but he's been hanging that rear end a couple of times. I don't think it will hurt him too much right now. Again, but evidently if you keep doing it, then it will. It'll hurt you. So we got somebody in the wall there. It's the 19 of Hunt. I think the car just took off from him. I didn't really catch it. All I saw was the car just basically just shoot up the track. I guess he got behind somebody, got tight. He's got some heavy damage on that right rear of that car. That's worse than probably should be. He's going to be struggling a little bit with damage from that, if I had to guess. That is not damage that you want. You don't want really any damage on a car, if I'm being honest with you. If there is damage on a car, it's going to be a little bit of a pain to deal with. He's going to come down pit road. He's going to lose a draft. He'll lose at least a lap, probably two. Let's see if he can maybe pull his way from front as Cray has hopped to the bottom behind Matt's now instead. Kemp is up in the top. He's got Dishonor pushing him. Dishonor looks like he may have been looking for a way around. Possibility that he was. It looked like he was too. That will come to lap 20. Hunt getting that damage fixed. It looks like as Kemp's going to try to block up high. Dishonor going to get to his outside, but Dishonor had no one go, and I think, yep, Cray just blew up. I was just talking about temps not too long ago, and the engine went on that car. You can hear it from here. We'll go on board and listen to it expire. Yep, and there it goes. And he knew it immediately, too. So you saw him get off track as soon as possible. Just shoving too hard, and he honestly may have zoned out on just pushing. He was just pushing so hard. He's just so focused on that. He's like, I'm just going to keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And then, boom. It just went on him. These cars will cool down quickly, but they also warm up very quickly. So if you don't keep an eye on it, it will go fast. You can get a program that'll tell you that, hey, you're getting too hot. You may not have Crew Chief, which is the app that I'm talking about, free app you can get for iRacing. But too little too late for him. Kaboom it goes. And that'll end his chances for tonight because of that. See, Sweeting's stuck in the middle right now. Kemp on the high line. He's got Poland with him. Poland, yeah, Sweeting's fine. Here comes Johnson. They might catch him. I say they're fine. I was like, maybe they aren't. Saunders is about to get turned here in a minute. He's not careful. The only reason I'm saying that is because he's getting off the bottom. He's kind of leaving a little bit of a spot. I've just saw so many people get turned like that. It's just ridiculous. He actually might turn Mats here in a minute if he's not careful. See, Kemp will go to the lead here off of Poland's bumper. Mats is going to come back on the inside with Dishonor. Cochran in the bottom. I don't know when their caution is. We do know that there will be one at least. It's a planned one. You'll be taking 4 tires and fuel. If you don't take fuel, that is a pretty... Oh, there's going to be a caution. That's not going to be the stage break those. We have 3 cars in the wall. Dishonor, Kemp. Who else is involved in that? And Poland involved in this wreck. As it looks like Cochran just came off the bottom, got into Kemp, and Kemp got into Dishonor. And they collected Poland there. The innocent bystander, Sweeting, got net code. As Jenkins is involved too, he's not able to weave through it. That blows up those cars immediately, and they'll have to tow. You see trucks gonna fly through here. We'll wait for them to get on pit road. Everybody's probably gonna be coming down. Probably 4 tires and fuel. You could go fuel only here. That'd be a kind of a gutsy call, however. So I don't know if that'd be such a smart idea. Well, I don't know. I feel like you could do that, and it wouldn't hurt too much. Hold on here. Give me a second. Excuse me there. I had to get a video of something very, very quickly. Couldn't read it because it's too dark in this dang room. See, everybody's going to come down pit road. This looks like... Most likely it'll be... Oh, Ganesh only takes fuel. No, Molus... Hey, he actually came down lap 21. Ganesh, fuel only. Matt's 4 tires. May, fuel only. Sutton, everybody else, 4 tires and fuel, it looks like there. Some guys, however, stayed out. Not a bad call, but we will go to a commercial break here as these guys have gotten done with their pit stops.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Hello there, Bandit Racing League fans. Former broadcaster Marshall Crocker Jr. here, part-time driver, the number 78 for 785 Racing. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Geezer Authentics, your place for all things Bandit Racing League merchandise. Well, now let's say you want to go and buy a t-shirt for your reigning, defending Bandit Racing League champion, Eddie Hagge. You put it in black, you get it in an extra large, and you add it to your cart there for a reasonable price. You're going to move on, maybe look at some, shirts and sweaters, but maybe there's nothing that catches your eye this time, so you're going to move on to some wall wear. And you know me, I can't lie, I was a big Cody Welch fan back in my time broadcasting, so maybe you want to grab a 785 Cody Welch pennant to hang on your wall above your sim racing rig. You add it to your cart and you're going to move on. Maybe you're thinking some sort of accessory, maybe you're a big hat person like I am, you need something to wrap right on the brim, and there you go, Bandit Racing League hats in a variety of colors, but I personally like the combo of the camo and that Full Send Racing Network orange. And you're going to move on now to some drinkware. You need something to drink your coffee out of in the morning. Why not grab a 785 Racing mug and support yours truly, Marshall Crocker Jr. This has been Geezer Authentics. Check out the site. Lots of great options for Bandit Racing League fans.
Fred Mott Racing Enterprises, located in Daytona Beach, Florida. Fred Mott Racing Enterprises and Performance is a family-owned and operated automotive performance business. You can find FMR Performance at almost all of the large motorsport swap meets and rod shows throughout the country. Visit our eBay store for all your automotive performance needs. We ship your orders daily.
As we are back here 26 laps into this race, we had a caution that was for a instant that collected 3 cars. So we'll see how these guys respond to that. Might be, hey, let's not race too hard maybe. I know, and they weren't racing hard to begin with though, but that'll kind of probably stick in their minds. Hey, we just had somebody who just got turned around from it. So maybe we'll give each other more room than what we had before. And it wasn't anybody squeezing room at all. It was just a iffy situation for him. As you see, pace car will pull in here. Molus and Mats will lead them back to green as the green flag is back in the air here. We are back underway. The Mullis and Mats will continue to lead them here at Yanesh. Falling in third, everybody on the bottom now, and Kemp is in no man's land. He needs help. You see Hunt, who was in pit road, he is not a lap down, but him and Jenkins need to get this sorted out back here and not race each other. This does neither of you all any good at all. I don't know if they realize that. They're just going to be losing time by doing this. He better not chase him up the track. Yeah, this is not helping either of them. This is basically just a poor man's drag race at this moment. They finally get that sorted out, but I guarantee they probably lost about 2 seconds doing that. But Mullis goes to lead now in front of Mats. So we'll see how this goes for him. These guys will all just continue to run the bottom. That's all that we'll see is just bottom. The whole entire time at this place. I don't know. Especially, well, really, in my opinion, super speedways, I hate them. That's just me. I never have liked them. Don't know why I haven't liked them. It's how I am, I guess. Do not like them. So you'll all just pretty much stay like this. We have somebody trying to go to the outside. That is Sutton. May's thinking about it. He's like, do I go outside? Do I stay where I am? What do I do at this moment? I think he's going to decide to, it's like, go up high. Maybe he's just kind of here. Doesn't really know where he wants to go at all. And I have really three groups, I would say. We've already got 4 drivers out of the race. That's because of a wreck that happened earlier. Matt's going to go to the outside of Mullis. He's going to take Sutton with him. Sutton, I don't think he has a big enough of a run to help Matt's. He pulls up to him very, very quickly, surprisingly. He might have a shot to help him here, it seems like. He will go to the lead. Sutton can't come down. He realizes it late. See the flames come out of the pipes. He bails out of the throttle. If he would have came down anymore, he would have gotten turned. Really, really easily. That's an easy way to get turned. Luckily, he stays high there. Doesn't say, hey, I'm just going to turn here. I saw it happen multiple times. Ooh, Mullis poking, cut down in front of him. Was that poking? I might have that wrong. No, that was poking and cut down in front of Mullis. Mullis saves it, however. The innocent bystander in that did nothing wrong, and he's the one that's hurt from it. I know exactly how that feels. He's trying to get back up to speed, too, and he just can't. I think he's in the wrong gear. Yeah, that is a horrible feeling. He didn't do anything wrong. Holkin just said, hey, I'm going to jump down here. And evidently, he's not clear yet, but he thought he was, and it doesn't work. His Polking will shove. I actually think he gets a run by there. Go to the lead very quickly. Or goes to go to second, not to lead. So again, I don't know when the stage is. It could be this lap. It could be the next one. It could be right now. See Greenlaw, who you saw back here. He was loose earlier. But he's a little bit better as the race has gone on. He's not so loose that he can't handle anymore. And that's one thing you wouldn't think would be happening at this track is you're loose. How can you get loose at this track? It happens weirdly. Don't know why. Don't know how. I guess I don't know. But we will go on board here. Do 5 laps. Each a different driver. Kemp is, he's actually slowed down. Why is he that slow? He knocked the toe out of his car. Oh no, he's still got damage from that wreck. So I guess he's just here for points at this point. It looks like that car is really, really slow. I think his steering is just that broken that that's probably as fast as he's able to go on the track right now currently. Really, the main objective that he has is, hey, I'm just gonna stay out of the way of everybody else and hopefully not get ran over at the point. But we will go on board here now. Hot pit will do a lap with. Let's do 4 drivers. I don't want to do 5, so we'll do that right now. Sorry about that. Just wanted to get us to lap. Wrong thing that I did. Just wanted to get us to lap 40. So 35 laps left in the race here. It's a big question mark to what people will do. I don't even know myself. If you know anything about drivers, you have no idea what they're going to do 90% of the time. It's something that kind of comes down to the last second almost, and especially when you're a driver yourself, you have to make pit calls on your own. You can't be relying on a crew chief. Well, sometimes you can have a crew chief, but a lot of the times you don't have one. Sorry. This microphone arm is... I need to get a new arm for this. It's not a very sturdy arm. Well, it is. It's just like the microphone itself is really, really lopsided a lot. See, Mullis is in the middle of nowhere at the moment. Really have... I'd still say one full group. I wouldn't count Medford out of line at all here completely yet. He's still got the sniff of the draft in front of him. He's only, well, basically, we'll say 4/10 behind. 6/10, that's when I see the draft fall off. We'll lose it. So that's the thing that I'm keeping my eyes peeled to, if he falls out of that. And they're stretching out a little bit, but then they close it up. So I think it's just a iffy situation, I believe, currently. Yeah, I see they keep gaining back to him, so I don't think that's going to be doing anything. The Polking's just still going to stay in front of Mats. I don't think he's going to be making any big moves. Mats can't really go anywhere. We only really have 10 drivers that are in the race. You can basically count Hunt and Jenkins out. Actually, I take that back. I have no idea when the caution is going to come. That was the issue. Did I wish I could figure it out. I don't know when it completely comes out there at all. It's always up for debate. Yeah, Kempf, he's got some really bad damage done to that car. Big trainer on the bottom. It kind of almost reminds me of Gen 6. They went like through two different versions of Gen 6. It's weird. 2013 Talladega, or not Talladega, Daytona race. What this could remind me of a little bit. Everybody's just kind of just riding around the bottom. Not too many passes are happening. Some passes are happening, some aren't. It's just at the moment. Yeah, nobody's really making any moves, and whenever the caution does come, that's if they didn't replace that caution. So even I'm left in the dark a little bit. That's not on purpose. Well, it kind of isn't on purpose at the same time. I don't know. You could say that it is. Well, it's not though. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Just rambling on. But that's one thing that kind of does throw a little bit of a wrench in the plan for a lot of drivers. A lot of them will probably be like, "Oh yeah, this is." It's going to be, you know, once the caution comes out here, I'm going to pit. So you don't know when the caution is going to come. Well, no, you kind of plan for that, but not fully at the same time either. Yeah, that's a little bit weird thing to see there, but you guys are still just going to be really nice with each other. But now that these guys are 46 laps into the race, we will go on a commercial break here.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Hello there, Bandit Racing League fans. Former broadcaster Marshall Crocker Jr. here, part-time driver, the number 78 for 785 Racing. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Geezer Authentics, your place for all things Bandit Racing League merchandise. Well, now let's say you want to go and buy a t-shirt for your reigning, defending Bandit Racing League champion, Eddie Hagge. You put it in black, you get it in an extra large, and you add it to your cart there for a reasonable price. You're going to move on, maybe look at some, shirts and sweaters, but maybe there's nothing that catches your eye this time, so you're going to move on to some wall wear. And you know me, I can't lie, I was a big Cody Welch fan back in my time broadcasting, so maybe you want to grab a 785 Cody Welch pennant to hang on your wall above your sim racing rig. You add it to your cart and you're going to move on. Maybe you're thinking some sort of accessory, maybe you're a big hat person like I am, you need something to wrap right on the brim, and there you go, Bandit Racing League hats in a variety of colors, but I personally like the combo of the camo and that Full Send Racing Network orange. And you're going to move on now to some drinkware. You need something to drink your coffee out of in the morning. Why not grab a 785 Racing mug and support yours truly, Marshall Crocker Jr. This has been Geezer Authentics. Check out the site. Lots of great options for Bandit Racing League fans.
Fred Mott Racing Enterprises, located in Daytona Beach, Florida. Fred Mott Racing Enterprises and Performance is a family-owned and operated automotive performance business. You can find FMR Performance at almost all of the large motorsport swap meets and rod shows throughout the country. Visit our eBay store for all your automotive performance needs. We ship your orders daily.
See, we are back here with 25 to go. That actually is a lot of ads. Didn't realize that. But that's like 4 minutes of ads, I think. That's not too much. But Polkeem's still in the lead. Had to guess that caution was the stage caution. I might ask. I Let me check if they have anything in announcements here. They don't. That had to have been the stage. That may have been why they were racing so hard. Now that I think about it, that possibly is why they're racing like that. Is it was a stage end. See, Polkin still just going to maintain the lead here. Medford, I don't think he's going to make any move. We won't see any moves made until 15. Actually, they might have to come back down for fuel now that I think about it. And the one person who's actually not in the good position from all this is Polkin, because he's been leading. He's been burning more fuel. He's been pulling people with him. That's the one thing that sucks about being a leader. If you're close on fuel, you really don't want to lead. You kind of have to slow down the pace some a little bit instead. If you don't slow down the pace, that's going to be an issue. The 56 weaving in and out. Sutton, he's got actually got that on the bottom of his car. Unless he had that down there. Or the jack goes, it says Sutton. That's actually pretty good use of that space. And most of the moves will not be made until 10, 15, maybe even 5 laps to go. They'll be lapping. Actually, no, they might have lapped him. No, they haven't lapped him yet. Greenlaw has lost the draft. So, he's here, you could say. I mean, you can't really do much. That's what sucks is once you get, stuck like that, or yes, stuck like this, just in the middle of nowhere, you basically have nowhere to go. There's nothing that you can do. So you're just kind of riding around. You're just like, hey, let's go. And you gotta hope for a caution. Sometimes they'll come out, sometimes they won't. It really doesn't happen too much. Unless you're Kyle Larson, you somehow get the lucky dog after so many cautions came by. See how calm these guys will be with each other. Because when that time comes, you have two options. You throw your brain out the window, or you be calm and don't let stuff hit the wall. I've saw both of them happen before. There's been some guys that I've saw make the dumbest moves in the world, and if they don't, they will. See them move up a little bit. Might be getting a little bit loose because of that. One thing that drivers can do. If you get loose, just move up some. Actually, they're moving up for these cars they're going to be going by. Who has just added me here? Somebody added me. Sorry, somebody gave me a notification in a different Discord. I had to check what that was. This is what Super Speedway racing can become. Like this. Not many passings being done. Really only I'll say Wysocki can still contend. Good lord, it's getting cold in this freaking room. I just got a room AC, and it's a portable AC, and it is cold as everything can get in here. Actually, turn that thing off. That is freezing. Normally it gets very hot in this room. My parents love to get it hot in this room. That's annoying. The Jenkins has apparently wrecked. No, he just pulled down to the inside. Never mind, we're good. The Jenkins wrecked. He just pulled down to the inside. He's probably called his day done, as you might see somebody get hooked here if they're not careful moving around. This main group is actually just maintaining that. I'm surprised they were able to get back up there to where they were. I thought they weren't going to be able to get up to them, but they actually caught up very, very quickly. The reason I was saying that is because they kind of got separated just a little bit. Not too much. But they had fallen back. That might have just been because they could have been saving fuel too. That's a good option also. But we're going to do 2 laps on board here. We're going to do 2nd and 3rd place so you can see what they see. Because Matt's is going to be able to see a little bit more than Sutton will. Some of them will have a little bit of different views. It's really worse when they're too wide and they're really up on somebody. And I have my viewing distance set. I don't think I have it set anymore because I don't use this PC for racing. But they can sometimes see, but when you're right up on somebody, you cannot see anything at all. It is incredibly difficult to see that from there. Seeing a little bit of movement now from some of these guys. I don't know if they're setting up a run or not. Mats is getting poking way out there. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose. He's trying to set them up for something. I don't think he can set anybody up from how far away he is the issue. Mats is looking outside just a tad. I don't know if he's thinking he might be trying to get some air in that car, though, because I don't believe he has any. Because it is probably so hot that you have to tuck that nose out. I don't think I've ever saw... I wonder if anybody's ever done it blocking so much that they've actually made somebody blow up. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, I would not count that out for a driver doing that, blocking so much that somebody actually blows up. Be a cool thing to see. Not be a cool thing to see. That'd be an interesting thing to see. That's for sure. Yep, so pit stops are going to happen here. I was going to say, I didn't know if they're going to make it to the end. As there's contact there between Matt's and, oh my gosh, everybody's going to get turned here because of that. Yanesh's turn, Holking's turn. That was Sutton who got into Matt's, and that set everything off. Matt's actually, looks like he comes out a little bit better from all that as Yanesh just missed his pit box. Matt needs to hit his. He's actually the leader out of all that group. Get 4 tires or just fuel. He's off and away. He comes out second. I think Sutton got a penalty. I don't think he got... Yeah, he was not down pit road on pit road speed. That's why he was locking those rear tires up. See, Hunt is in... Got no help behind him. Let's see how well these guys can stay grouped up. Off of pit road. I know some people can sometimes stay grouped together very well. At least, that's weird. Let me refresh this here. Cochran's not in the pits. It's showing that he is. Here we go. So we'll have to get May, Johnson, Yanesh still have to realize that, hey, we need to, you know, not race each other like this. Well, they're going to be catching them really quickly, I believe. Oh, not if they do side by side. Well, they're actually catching them really fast now. Never mind. I take that back. They're going to catch... Wait, did Matt's got a penalty? I was wondering. I was like, why is Cochran so slow? Matt's got a penalty. He had to come back down pit road. He's going to be gobbled up here in a minute. Cochran will. Unless Johnson decides to pick him up, Cochran's going to be maybe blocking a little bit here. He's going to take the middle. They have no choice but to shove him. Basically, they can't go around him. Preferably not go through him. See Sutton, he merges up on the track after he serves his penalty for getting in pit road too hot. See, May goes to the lead here. I believe May has a win on the year, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check this really quickly. I believe he does. No, wait. I could have swore he's been... It must have been another person in a different league who won. He is currently sitting 16th in the points. Matt sits on top right now with 3 wins. Cray is right behind him with 3 wins also. It's 9 laps to go here. My Discord may have just crashed. Great. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, are you kidding me? As you see, a little bit of a movement there now. So Cochran gets left on the bottom. They say, hey, we're not going to help you at all. We're going to go to the outside, and he's going to be left out to dry. He might have a little bit of a saving grace here, though, soon. That is if 56 picks him up, and it looks like he will. Yeah, he's not going to be too bad off. So Gary May continuing to lead. Yanesh second. We saw him actually. Yeah, he qualified. He qualified really way back there. He qualified 16th. I don't even know if he laid down a qualifying lap looking at that time. You basically have to wreck to not lay down a qualifying lap at this track. I think my WRX had laid down a fast qualifying lap best. Hello there, Karen. I did not see that, as Gary's going to throw a block. Now go up high. Yanesh will... Actually, Gary doesn't block it as hard as I thought he would. He threw one, but he didn't, like, aggressively block there at all by any means. Now we're going to see a little bit of more racing pickup. Here is our 7 to go, coming to 6 to go. See who wants it so bad. Wysocki in the middle of nowhere. Not in the picture at all. These guys could wreck, though, and change everything. We saw that happen in the next gen so many times, which the next gens have a tire issue. They've always had a tire issue, it seems like, basically. Gary's still on the bottom. Johnson coming with the shove. Mefford. I keep saying Med. It's Mefford. Doesn't have a D in his name. May's still just gonna stay to the bottom. He's got a. This is where you don't have any more friends. Your friends are out the window at this point in time. It's like, hey, where's my help at? Well, guess what? Non-existent. You're like, what? As the 56 in the wall. 56. Again, he should not play that much of a factor, but he probably will, because he's not doing anything wrong at all. We almost saw this happen at Las Vegas, the race that Larson won, that he could have lost because Bubba was shoving Reddick. Found that annoying. I don't hate Bubba. I don't know. I just found that a cheap way to get up there. Luckily, Larson won that race. Like, could have won today's race too. He won 3 poles in a row. Had a good car. Team didn't get the wheel completely on the car. I knew they didn't. As soon as they dropped the jack and he went, I knew that tire was loose. And it came off the track. He could never get back to where he needed to be. Couldn't get back to track position. Went 2 laps down because of that penalty that he got for the tire coming loose. It's even lucky he got back on the lead lap. You see Johnson still trying to work this top line. If he can get something going, he's going to take it. It's if he can get something going, that is. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you can. All depends on who you have behind you. I know Gary's probably... I wouldn't say he's too glued to that rearview mirror yet, but he's definitely looking in that mirror now. He's just probably glancing on it. Kind of have one eye in the mirror, one eye on the track. It's really a weird way to drive, to a certain extent. As you see, Mefford makes a move to the outside. Johnston not enough help behind him. Now he's got to go get him himself. As it's coming to 2 laps to go here, Talladega Super Speedway. Gary, ooh, don't come off the bottom. Don't wreck each other yet. That's for a little bit later. And then one more lap and you can wreck each other. Don't do it right now. May's getting off the bottom just a tad. Cochran's right there, and Cochran's going to go up high. May's going to try to throw a block. As Cochran actually goes back down to the bottom. Maybe not the time to make the move quite just yet. Saw that, he's like, I don't really like this right now. I'm going to just tuck in behind at the moment. So Yanesh is trying to come by himself. He's got no one there with him. He's trying to make it work all alone. He might almost do it. As a white flag in the air one more time around here. The Premier Sim Racers Club. May's looking in that mirror now. When is Cochran going to make his move? What May's hoping is that Cochran gets boxed in by Medford. As he's not going to be boxed in yet, May's going to have to try to block. Cochran's trying to block too, as Johnson's going to come with a run on Medford. May's going to have to hope that the 56 will get to his bumper and shove him now, but Medford will go to the lead here. Johnson behind him. Now it's going to be blocking here hard from Medford. Unless these guys wreck behind, then that will give him the win easily. Let's see who can mount a run. If anybody is able to, May up into Cochran just a little bit. Will Cochran get a shove from Yanesh? Yanesh is coming with a run. He's going to take it himself, though. May looking through the tri-oval. It's going to be 3 wide for second place here, as May's going to take those guys out, and he will come home second, but Medford comes home with the win here. The Kingstown, Indiana driver takes home the win. You'll watch him do his burnout here. We'll watch him do his burnout here while I get drivers in their room that I need them to be in. Right lineup. Cochran. May. Is Medford in one of these? I can't tell if that's him or not. It's gotten the last part of his name cut off. Love when it does that because I can't read it. I believe that's him. That has to be him. Just make sure very quickly. When their names are so long, it cuts off their names. No, Brandon. Is that the right one? I can't really tell. We'll start with the third place driver, though. Okay, yeah, I do have the right one there. I can't tell because it hides his name. But we'll bring in the third place driver, Jerry Cochran. Hey, Jerry, this is Bryce in the booth. Have a copy, man?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, so you come home third after kind of a somewhat anticlimactic finish there. But, how did the race go for you overall, though, man?
I mean, it was a typical restrictor plate Talladega race. I got into William right there early. I was following Pat, and we just kind of bouncing all over the place, and I kind of lost sight of where I was at with the cars bouncing everywhere, and I was on the white line above the white line and got into him, and I hate that, man. I know I took out some good cars there and ruined some guys' night. That was unfortunate and definitely was not on purpose. So I take full blame there.
So how did that pit stop there towards the end change the race for y'all, or like were y'all planning?
Man,
Like how did
man,
that
that
throw a
killed
wrench in the
us.
plan?
Oh man. Well, Adam got black flagged for I think commitment cone or something. I'm not sure. And then I ain't sure what happened to Ray. And then it wasn't nobody but me and Rodney. Yeah, man, we was us four was together. We had it planned out, was pitting together, and I feel like we would have been pretty strong to work together right there at the end. But yeah, just unfortunate pit road and left me as a sitting duck. And them guys saw all of us working together, and I feel like that was kind of the downfall at the end. They all jumped up there and left me hung out to dry. Which I mean, that's part of it, right?
Yeah, it seems like super speedways. You have friends, then you don't have friends, and that's just
That's
how it
right. Yeah, and
goes.
then it comes down to the end. It ain't nobody friends. It don't matter if you're teammates or not. So, but no, man, I'm happy that we was able to survive and finish third and good points night. We definitely needed that. So yeah, we'll see how it shakes out.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out? Maybe I'm watching the stream here tonight.
Yeah, man, for sure. My wife, Grayson J. Photography of CD and Activewear, Velocita, MPHC Alliance, Adam, Dwayne, Ray, Rodney, everybody on the team, everybody here at Premier, Sam and Jeff, and everybody behind the scenes that makes this happen. It's a great league to be in. And then, of course, everything you do, sir. Enjoy watching and going back and watching the broadcast.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home third tonight, man.
Thank you, Bryce. We'll see you next week.
Was Jerry Cochran the third place driver? We will bring in the second place driver and Gary May. Hey, Gary, this is Bryce in the booth. Have a copy, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, so you come home second, fall just a little bit short. What was going through your head that those last closing laps, or knowing that you had guys that were going to be trying to pass you?
No, I was just trying to keep my foot down and stay in front of them, driving out of the rearview mirror a little bit, but no, just trying to keep everything going straight.
Yeah, so once they started making the moves, was it pretty much like, oh God, here it goes?
Yeah, I mean, once I kind of messed up because once Brandon made that move to the outside, I probably should have tried to block it, and I didn't. And so I just stayed the course and was waiting for a push. And then once he dropped down in front of me, I mean, I knew I was either gonna I was gonna have to push him to get clear enough to be able to try to make a move at the end, which I tried, but just come up a little short.
Now, how did the race go for you overall, though? How would you sum that up?
The race for me overall, me and my teammate Jeff, we had a very good strategy. We ended up coming in, right before pits closed there at the beginning, and took some tires and fuel, and then was able to come back in and top off when the caution came out, and which put us up up front in a good position. And from there we was just a little bit on cruise control, waiting for that last pit stop.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out? Maybe I'm watching the stream here tonight.
Yeah, man. Of course I want to thank the league. They do a good job here, and also my teammates, Jeff and Steve Yunish. Like to thank my company AB Nation, for allowing me to put the decal on the hood, and of course got to thank my wife and family for allowing me just to do this. So I really enjoy it, but I that's about it.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job tonight coming home second, man.
All right, thank you.
Gary May, the second place driver. I will bring in the race winner in Brandon Medford. Hey, Brandon, this is Bryce in the booth. Have a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
And so you come home with the win here. Now, what was going through your head those last closing couple of laps, or really closing handful of laps?
Yeah, Garrett, Johnston, and Doug and myself were all talking the whole race there, trying to figure out when to go or just ride or whatever. But got there with a couple to go, and decided we needed to take one of them runs and get to the front. Garrett did a great job of pushing me, and and those guys were shuffling around trying to decide if they wanted the inside lane or the outside lane behind us, and it gave us a little bit of momentum and got us a good push there on the backstretch, and was able to push ourselves to the front.
And so, how did that last pit stop throw in like a lot of variables for you guys? Because that was a really late pit stop there with I believe like 20-ish to go.
Yeah, I think it was coming to 10 to go, and with so little cars out there on the lead lap, didn't know if we wanted to come by ourselves and hopefully make a run for it, or come in with the group. The trouble with coming in with a group is, guys do what they did. They hit each other or spin or whatever, and it creates a lot of chaos. So we almost made the wrong decision there, but it ended up panning out for us.
Yeah, definitely did. And what was going through your head pretty much the last 2 laps, if I had to ask you, like, besides the handful of laps, what was going through your head those last 2 laps? How long did you plan out that move you were going to make?
It literally, we decided when we decided. So there were 2 to go when we moved out to the outside there. It was just, go or don't, and decided to take that run. So the last couple laps, just trying to manage the runs there, not get stuck 3 wide, and have a melee coming through the tri-oval. And like I said, just do the best to be out there out front, and hopefully had a good pusher there at the end, and luckily I did.
Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I want to shout out to everybody over at Chaos Motors, or excuse me, uh, my charity motorsports teammates, especially Doug and Garrett Johnston there. And the race did a good job of staying together and trying to plan that out. And then anybody out watching from our team there, and thanks for the broadcast, and thanks to everybody that puts this deal on, especially Sam. He puts in a lot of work. I think he runs a top-notch league, and getting down here towards the end. So hopefully some guys that didn't make it hop out here the next few weeks, so we can finish this championship run out with everybody and have a good show.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job tonight coming home with the win.
Thank you.
That was Brandon Medford. I will go over the finishing order. Brandon Medford first, second Gary May, third Jerry Cochran, fourth Jeff Yanesh, fifth Garrett Johnson, sixth Doug Wysocki, seventh Ray Polking, eighth Adam Matz, ninth Rodney Sutton, 10th Jason Mullis, 11th Joshua Greenlaw, 12th Dwayne Hunt, 13th Mark Jenkins, 14th William Kemp, 15th Chuck Sweeting, 16th Levi Poland, 17th Patrick DeSauner, and 18th Todd Cray. This league has 2 more weeks left next week. I'm not going to look because it about crashed my Discord last time. Chicagoland, and then Phoenix, I believe, next week. Actually, I'm going to look. Screw it. Schedule. Rockingham and then Chicagoland. Chicagoland is their championship race. But I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. I will let you all go.